Hi, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog. Standing behind us is a 2024 Mustang Mach-E GT. We're here in Seattle this weekend. We're gonna learn all about the 2024 Mach-E lineup, and we're gonna share all the details with you.
So let's go.
You probably saw us first see this in Chicago. This is eruption green with the bronze package. So the front is bronze. The front logo, it still lights up just like a regular Mach-E GT, has bronze wheels. The color is new. It's not only available on the GT, it's available across the lineup of the Mach-E for 2024, but the bronze package is also available. So you don't have to get it just on the eruption green. You can get it on star white as well as shadow black as well. It looks absolutely fantastic. There have been some changes for 2024 for the Mustang Mach-E. They do not have a GT Performance Edition anymore. It's just a GT. Within the GT, they've now included Magna Ride, but I want to show you something up here, and we'll walk back this way. They've also increased the performance, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that, but right now we'll just focus on this. 0 to 60 is now 3.3 seconds. Horsepower is unchanged at 480, but they've increased the torque by introducing a new Ford in-house built motor. It's now 700 pound-feet of torque, and the quarter mile is 11.8 seconds. Now, we're gonna get some more details later in this video, but one of the things that a lot of people have complained about with the Mustang Mach-E in 2021, 2022, and 2023 is there's like a 5-second limit of max power, even on the GT and GT Performance Edition. In 2024, that's been eliminated. We're gonna learn, we'll share with you as soon as we find out the details, but the fact that it can do quarter mile in 11.8 seconds is pretty awesome. The 3.3 seconds and the quarter mile times are faster than the Tesla Model Y Performance, as well as the new electric Porsche Macan. So we're really excited by the performance. We're gonna learn a lot more about the GT, as well as there is a rally edition that's coming out in 2024. And if you notice, I have a Dirtfish hat. Today is Thursday. On Friday, we are going to be going out to the Dirtfish Rally School with the Mustang Mach-E Rally. Super excited by that. I can't wait. But why don't we take a look at this GT that's 2024 in eruption green with the bronze package, and we'll take a look at a few of the details.
Come on in to my new Mach-E. I do have to be honest, if I were to pick one, eruption green might be one of the options.
Why is that?
Grab a yellow. I mean, could you imagine? But this trim actually does have the bolstered seats as well, which we are super partial to. Really, really comfy. I gotta be honest, we've been traveling for like a week and a half, so we've been in a couple other cars, and it's really nice to be in a Mach-E again. It's a comfortable place to be in. I love just the screen, everything about it is just so comfy. So I'm really excited for you guys. If you have a 2024 on order, we want to know. If you have a Rally on order, we want to know. This is super exciting, and this is textured.
Yeah, ours is textured.
Is it?
You just don't see
really,
it.
I guess I don't.
But it really is. So it is just like the 2022, 2021, 2023 GT Performance Edition. These seats are now standard on the GT. The other big difference is the 2024 GT has Magna Ride, so that's really cool. And if you want to, you can actually hit the on button now. But basically everything here is the same. If you haven't already gotten some of the updates in your Mach-E, these are like the new icons. Everything is pretty much the same as it was. I'm gonna turn off some of the, we don't need heated seats.
Oh, definitely not.
But everything is the same for the most part.
It feels like we're in our car.
It feels like we're in our car. Except we have a green eruption green
so
hood
weird.
instead
it looks
of grabber
really,
blue.
really dark. It kind of looks black from here, to be honest.
Of course, just as normal, we have our different drive modes. This one, okay, so like this is different. Has GT acceleration enhancement. Let's click on that and see what that is. So it says improves the acceleration and performance of your GT with purchase from Ford Pass account / or connected services. So what that means is, let me do a flippity flip real quick. Before you had the GT and the GT Performance Edition, with the Performance Edition, you got like Magna Ride and you got a bit more torque out of the car. Now it's like you get Magna Ride by default on the GT, and for like $750 to $1,000 more, you can do the performance upgrade. Excuse me, and that's what gets you your basically like an acceleration boost. If talking in like Tesla terms, but that drops your 0 to 60 times down to that 3.3 seconds and gives you the full 700 pound-feet of torque. So it's an option that you can opt into or not. You can buy the car, from what I understand, and then later add the performance upgrade. So it's just really software unlocking all of that. And I think that's basically, there's a little bit of controversy about that. Like, we don't like things locked behind just a software unlocking. But I think it's just sort of like, if you don't need the performance, you don't need to buy that. But
I kind of love the idea because you don't have to go all in all at once. So you can sort of like get your Mach-E and then see what you want to upgrade to, sort of, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to flippity flip. I mean, if you know the Mach-E, you know us, you probably are familiar with all of this, but we have like our whisper mode, which is basically more relaxed driving. It basically adjusts how the car handles, how the steering is a little bit lighter steering. The damping is a little bit softer. Engage is what we consider your like normal day-to-day driving. I to be honest, I keep mine in whisper a lot. And then there's Unbridled, and then Unbridled has an Unbridled Extend, and I'm going to go ahead and tap on that right now. And Unbridled Extend is intended for track use only, and it basically disables some of the traction control and stability control, and changes how the cooling of the car is set up so that it can do better track performance. Your 0 to 60 times will suffer, but it will help your overall track time. So there's some other videos that cover that. Hopefully we get to drive this this weekend. We just got here. We're going to learn all about this.
Sure. Yeah, why don't you flippity flip? It's like we're hanging out in our own car. It's so strange.
It feels just like a 2022 Mustang Mach-E GT Performance Edition, but this is just now the GT.
I do have to be honest. So we're sitting inside an eruption green with the bronze package. It's making me wish that we could do it with the GT trim on the inside that has the copper accents. I feel like that would just like cap everything off going from outside to inside, wouldn't it?
So the old GT 2022, 2023 had a copper tone accents
and trim
on the regular GT. So now the regular GT gets the basically like brushed nickel or silver accents, aluminum.
I guess brushed nickel works.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different, but with the bronze package on the outside. Let's take a look because there's some other changes that I want to show you as well with the wheels on the Select as well as the Premium.
Let's go.
Now, of course, this is the bronze package. So these are the bronze GT wheels. They look absolutely fantastic. I love the old GT Performance Edition wheels, but these are a good replacement. They look really, really sharp in bronze. We'll move over to the regular wheels as well. But I do want to point out, if you haven't seen our video, we'll go over some of the same stuff. But the Mach-E logo up here is bronze. We'll move around front real quick and then the back. But the grille here, instead of being like carbonized gray with like a 3D effect, this is bronze with a 3D effect. It really, really just comes together. I know that, like I've said, it looks absolutely fantastic, and then people look at the photos, they're like, I don't like it at all. Trust me, you see it in person, it looks absolutely fantastic.
But you can still get it like without that.
Yeah,
it looks great.
And that's the other key point is like you can get eruption green without the bronze package. And then here's the other final detail. So if you have the bronze package on eruption green or star white or shadow black, you can get this bronze package, including like this awesome looking bronze GT logo. We'll move over here if you want to just follow me. This is a 2024 Mach-E Select, and it's a little bit confusing for us that are Mach-E fans because these look like premium wheels. They are the premium wheels previously, but now they are available on the Select. But you still have the like plastic matte wheel arches instead of the shiny wheel arches that you normally get on the premium. So that's how you can tell it's a Select, as well as the fact that we still have the like ribbed accent around the front grille that's traditionally been on the Select, and it's still on the Select for 2024. So there really hasn't been many changes. Now, of course, the biggest change with this is a Mach-E regular. It's not 4, it's not an X. The 4 stands for all-wheel drive, the X stands for extended range. So this is a rear-wheel drive standard range Mustang Mach-E Select. And that means it has the LFP battery. So I forget the exact range. I think it's about 248 miles of range, rear-wheel drive. But you get some advantages by having the LFP battery. First of all, you can charge it to 100% every single day, and it's completely fine. In fact, if it's actually recommended at least once a month, you charge an LFP battery to 100%. What that means is like on a day-to-day basis, because you're charging to 100%, you have that 248 miles of range available to you every single day. If you have the old lithium ion nickel cadmium battery, then you're recommended to charge it to 90%. So 90% of slightly less range means on a daily basis, you don't have quite as much. Sounds complicated. LFP battery is good, just very easy. Plug it in, charge it to 100%, you're good to go. Let's move around here. I know Liv is going to get tired of just filming me.
No, I'm really excited because
I said we're going to Wheels, but
the event hasn't even started. We just got off the plane and we were like, whoa, the cars are out. We have to jump and see what's going on. So this is so cool.
So this is the new rear motor in the Mustang Mach-E for 2024. And by new, this means it's actually designed by Ford Motor Company. It actually has a couple of logos around here. I'm not sure.
It says FOMOCO.
FOMOCO. Previously in the Mach-E, the rear motor was designed and built, I don't know if it was designed, but it was built by Borg Warner. We actually just saw them at an expo this past couple of days.
ACT Expo.
But this one is designed and built by Ford Motor Company internal, which is one of the reasons why you're getting that performance boost this year. So it's really cool to see Ford bringing some of this stuff in-house for 2024 and beyond. And this is like a cutaway showing you like the internals of the motor.
And we haven't found electric ponies live here anywhere, unfortunately.
We asked because like on the previous Mach-E, it was on the motor, it said electric ponies live here. I don't see it anywhere here. So
no.
That's something we're going to ask about when we get our presentation. Here, of course, is the Brembo brakes that are on the Mustang Mach-E GT. We have this on our 2022 GT Performance Edition. It looks absolutely fantastic. And if you're wondering, it's not a fake cover. It's actually the Brembo brake. We won't mention any other manufacturer that actually puts fake brake covers. But, you know, that is as it is. But before we get over to MagnaRide, those are the Sinister bronze painted aluminum wheels. These are the equivalent for the GT, the machine-faced aluminum wheels, the carbonized gray gray painted pockets. I think that absolutely looks fantastic.
I really like that too, actually.
Yeah, it's, you know, the 2022 GT Performance Edition had a fantastic wheel as well, but I have no qualms with these at all.
No, not at all. You'll have to tell us what your favorite is. It's so cool how many changes that aesthetically the Mach-E lineup brings,
and this is the new premium wheel, which I think looks really nice. A lot of black, piano black, as if you will, but it looks really sharp. If you will. Sorry.
No.
Looks really nice. I like the old premium wheels, but I think this is like an upgrade in looks. And if you go up here, so this is the if you get the bronze package on a premium, this is what it'll look like. And I think it's a good complement to the Mach-E as well.
That's kind of my favorite. It's really different.
Yeah.
So weird.
Both bronzes are really nice. And the fact that it has some of the aluminum here accented by the Sinister bronze.
And then wait, so you could get these wheels and then like if you have eruption green, you'd have the green nose.
So if you get
if
you get a premium Mach-E, you'll have the green nose instead of that
and then
bronze.
you have these like really bronze wheels. I
Yeah.
think that would look awesome.
And I think tomorrow or maybe today, who knows, we'll get to see
We might have
some
seen a photo of someone with
different
one.
packages.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people wonder why Magnerite is so cool. This is only a small demonstration of why Magnerite is so cool. Magnerite, what it really shines at, in my opinion, is the fact that it makes hundreds, maybe thousands of changes per second to adapt to the road as you're driving. But this is showing how it's adaptable. So right now it's in normal. Let's see how many fingers it takes to pull this down. So we got 2 fingers and I can pull it down quite easy. It's a little bit tough, but you know, whatever. So now we're gonna switch it to like sport mode. If we do it in sport mode, oh, that's really hard. Let's do 3 fingers. It's like, it takes a lot more effort. And then a track mode makes it even tougher. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do 4. This is like really, really tough. So, in addition to making those very minute changes as you're driving hundreds of times per second, you can, when you switch from whisper to engage to unbridled, this is actually what you're doing, is like you can change the viscosity of the liquid that's in the shock. So it makes it more difficult for me to pull it down, which means it makes it a stiffer suspension. Really cool technology. If you Google some of it, it's like this has been in use for many, many years. Not new to the Mustang Mach-E, but it really makes it ride very well, like where you're on city streets, and then you switch it to like a engage or unbridled mode, and it makes it handle just really nicely on those twisty, curvy roads that we're going to get to experience. And then we're going to talk about the rally.
And it's also a good workout if you have.
Yeah, this is a good workout. Like, do you want to just go like easy and go with normal?
No, or hard.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just do sport. That's not too bad.
And now,
let's talk about the rally.
The rally. This is the rally. We saw this in Chicago, exactly like this, glacier gray with the white rally wheels. Rally wheels. That is hard to say. Maybe it was the same one, but I think this is a cool example here. We have up to 64.4 cubic feet of storage, and then they have what 64.4 cubic feet of storage is. That's a big adventure.
I want to see that all fit in.
I know, I kind of want to do
like
it. I feel like we might get the demo, but I think we have like, what is that, a camp stove, we have lights, we have someone's going rafting, their helmets, so it's got to be like bike gear, maybe you put the bike rack on it, but that's what the rally is. The rally is for adventure. It's for off-roading. This has, what is it, 20 millimeters? No. 20 millimeters?
It's about 20 millimeters. It's basically about an inch.
About an inch more height. So you're gonna clear some roads. We're gonna do this tomorrow. If you haven't noticed, Patrick's wearing a Dirtfish hat. And that is what we're gonna do in one of these. We're gonna do like off-roading. We're gonna push this to the limit. That's what the rally is made for. It's made for all these adventures, and there's a ton of awesomeness. Let's take a peek inside and see what it looks like. I know we have a little bit of white in there on the steering wheel and a little bit of stitching that's different.
So the white is carried through inside as well, you know, on the dash, on the steering wheel. Some of the stitching is white as well. And then open up the back door and I'll show you the backs of the front seats. That white is carried through on the backs of the front seats.
That looks so good.
Yeah, I think it looks really sharp. And if you know rally, you know like these wheels are like back in the day, like an Escort RS Rally Edition. That's where this throwback is to. You also know like these are cross-climate tires. It's very cool to see something like this being put on the Mustang Mach-E.
And cool to see the white trim and the white stitching in the rear as well. It's actually really a cool accent that just makes it stand out a bit. And definitely the back of those seats is cool.
Some other differences you'll notice, like there's a difference in color here. That's because they've added some PPF, some paint protection, to the lower half of the Mach-E. Underneath, we can't really see underneath, obviously, but there's extra protection for the battery area as well. And then up front, instead of having like that 3D effect on the grille, it's like a matte black, but there's also fog lights up here to give it that rally effect.
And these may look like simple stripes, but they actually have the white sort of going around it and this kind of glossy embossing in that diamondy format, which is really, really cool. It looks kind of simplistic from far away, but up close it's really detailed and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks really good. And by the way, if you wanted to know, the pony does light up as well. Front splitter is slightly different as well. But there's also a rally mode. We're going to learn more about that tomorrow. By the way, I did want to mention the stripes here, as well as the Mach-E Rally logo. Those are optional items, so you can get a Mach-E Rally and decide to delete those. And the other difference, I'm going to pop this open again. It does not come with the glass roof. You know, I guess the idea is like if you're out roughing it in the dirt roads and having a lot of fun, you don't want a glass roof. So it does not come with the glass roof. You can't get a glass roof on the Mach-E Rally. But it does come with a black painted roof instead.
Now at the 60th birthday of the Mustang, we saw our first Grabber Blue Rally. I can't say anything today, which was really, really beautiful. But I know there's a whole lineup of colors that we might be seeing tomorrow. So you have to let us know what your favorite is. I gotta be honest, I think Grabber Blue with the white wheels and the stripes.
You're just partial to Grabber Blue.
I'm biased. I'm biased.
The Grabber Yellow looks really, really fantastic. We can't wait to see all of those colors. The other major thing for the 2024 Mustang Mach-E is that across the board, the charging curve has improved. So they're saying it's about 20% faster charging, which is absolutely fantastic. We were just having some conversations today with people, and it's adequate. You know, we always want faster charging, but you know, as I say, when we're on a road trip, it's enough time to get something to drink and grab a burger. And in all honesty, pee. Yeah. So faster charging, of course, is something that we all want, and without switching to 800-volt system, which you can't really do like midstream on a production EV, the fact that they're getting 20% faster out of it is fantastic news. We'll have a little bit more of those stats as well as we get into this weekend, and hopefully at some point we'll get to do our own like 10 to 80% tests. Kyle Connor, will leave it to him to do the 0 to 100% test. But yeah, those are the main changes. If you have anything to take away from this, we have a new version of the Mach-E called the Mach-E Rally. We have a consolidation of the GT Performance Edition into just the GT. Across the board, they all have a new motor. They all have a bit faster charging. It's a bit faster performance and a better performance across the board. A lot of people will be talking about the GT is now down to 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, but across the board, Premium, Select, like all of them are getting better performance. So it's really exciting. We're just got here on evening 1 of the event. Okay, we are here with Krista. She has an amazing YouTube channel focused on the Bronco, right?
Yeah.
The Ice Bronco. Buckle up, Buttercup. Super cute. So I didn't even notice what was happening, but this magical rally here got filled, like while I didn't even notice. It has 64.4 cubic feet of space, and she did a time lapse of the whole thing.
And it all fits.
It all fits.
It's not a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It's not
And
a
she
lie.
saw there was like a smoker.
There's a portable smoker, a barbecue pit,
Nice.
a million
A barbecue
sleeping
pit.
bags, like 4 or 5 coolers,
2 bike helmets, bunch of clothes.
I think like 4 umbrellas, life
Oh,
jackets,
nice.
paddles,
Everything you need for a good time.
anything you need. Yeah.
And that is all in here, and the front seats are still accessible. So I don't know what adventure they're going on, but it's going to be
What
really
adventure are
fun.
we going to go on? Because there's 2 seats available.
Let's
One
go.
for you, one
Let's
for
go.
me. Come on.
Well, now we're in a 2024 Mustang Mach-E GT. It's raining, not necessarily the best of conditions for going to have a fun drive, but we're going to take this out and give you our driving impressions And we have the 2022 Mustang Mach-E GT. This one is 0.2 seconds quicker, 0 to 60. Has about 70 pound-feet of torque extra. So we'll see if that makes a difference in the feel.
Yeah, let's go find out. We were just out in the rally on these very same roads, so it's super cool to get to do this now in the new GT.
And we can't say how the rally is in this video, but we have a video coming out on Thursday, or maybe it's already out, but we can't say anything about the rally. So we're going to just focus on the GT. It's going to be a little bit hard not to mention the rally. But
I know, we'll have to not. The embargo is 2 days apart, so we can't talk about our driving impressions. But I'll tell you right now, the rally has it doesn't have a glass roof. So it's kind of cool now to be back in with the glass roof.
And seeing the rain.
Yeah, seeing the rain, seeing the trees, ready to see this beautiful landscape. Now, we might actually do a slightly different route than we did in the rally.
Oh, it's going to be completely... The first part will be the same, but then we may just turn around and come back.
Okay.
Because I don't know all the waypoints. I guess I could program it in step by step, but
they have a really cool route like mapped out that we can see over here.
Of course, this feels just like our 2022 GT Performance Edition right now. And by the way, this is, as we were saying, this is just it's just a GT now, but this does have the performance upgrade enabled in this car. So that's really cool to see. So this should be pretty darn good performance.
And it's an inch lower than the rally. So this is where it gets hard, where we won't say anything.
Yeah, this
right?
Just I focus on comparing to our GT.
Our GT, yeah. So it's really cool that we're getting to experience this one after the other, and perhaps we'll do a separate video after this talking about the whole experience. You're about to rip it.
Let's try to rip it right here.
Wow.
What
did you hit? I mean, we won't say anything.
Yeah, it was like 40. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and it's hard to tell because the pavement is wet. So I got some tire spin, which I probably would anyways, but with the wet pavement, that was a little bit of tire spin. It feels different. The motor actually sounds different. That I didn't expect that, but it actually sounds different than the 2022, 2023
That's a good point.
motor.
And wow, isn't this beautiful? Is your camera filming?
No, I'll hit record now.
Thank you. And now we have the glass roof again, so we could have actually had the camera up here.
Oh, yeah, in our normal position.
Yeah, would you like to switch?
Nah, this will be fine
Okay.
for what we're trying to do. You get to see my hand positions and everything.
It was
This road might be
interesting.
a little bit better for trying to accelerate because I think we'll have a little bit better grip because it's a bit of a gravelly road versus that wet pavement. And here comes somebody.
Dang.
Yeah, that has a kick.
Does the motor sound a bit higher?
Yeah.
Like it's a tiny bit higher pitch.
A bit
Yeah.
higher pitch. Of the
I don't know
motor
what
sound.
that means.
And
but
it's not going to be able to pick it up on these microphones, but it's definitely a different motor sound. That's a little bit surprising. They were talking about that in addition to the new motor design, like the rear motor assembly and mounts have all changed, brought down to weight, brought down to cost. Some other 2024 details that we learned about last night at a little briefing is like even things like the front, the plastic that covers the front has been changed. So it used to be a lot more pieces and, more pieces is more weight. So they've simplified that quite a bit. And it's now just basically one tub, which is very cool to see some of those improvements in manufacturing that will bring down cost, bring down weight, which also helps overall with like efficiency and performance as well.
And speaking of performance, how is it performing on these wet, bumpy, just slushy roads?
Feels like we're back in our car, Lucifer Tucifer
Yeah.
GT Performance Edition. Feels very similar. I'm not maxing out, I'm not tapping into the extra torque, so it feels very much the same. Of course, we're in a glacier gray.
I was gonna say that we couldn't really show you because it's downpour, but it's a really gorgeous color. It truly is, and it looks really beautiful here in the gray skies and the green forests.
And this is the second time we've come through this really fun curvy area, and there's traffic, so we can't really sort of say.
Isn't that how it goes a lot of the time?
Steering, of course, is very responsive. I got it in unbridled mode. A lot of times around town, I'll just keep it in whisper mode. On this type of driving, it's nice to have that firm steering input, and feels like more precise steering input as well, and have the suspension where it's a bit firmer and I can feel every little thing that the road is telling me. And if we switch it to whisper, it still has a lot of power. Steering is quite a bit lighter. There's some bumpy roads here. How does that feel? The suspension should get a little bit softer too, so that you don't feel.
Ooh,
dang! Somebody
that
threw
thing
up
broke.
a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, and that was a really good photo op spot where we stopped before.
I'm just gonna say that was a Tesla that threw up the rock.
Was it really?
So the around town a lot I'll do whisper, but it doesn't mean you can't still have a lot of fun on roads like this, even in whisper mode. And part of that is because of the MagneRide. MagneRide is like a game changer with the Mach-E. It is dynamically adjusting the suspension so that it can handle the road no matter what mode you're in. But we are trying to have a little bit of fun, even though we are in traffic. So we're going to hit unbridled. As soon as I touch unbridled, I can feel the pedal mapping has changed. It's a bit touchier, and the brakes are a bit touchier. The regen's a little bit more in unbridled mode, just as it is with our 2022. They talked a bit about the charging improvements, and really a lot of what the differences are is they've done a lot of with the new motor as well into the whole system. Did a lot of basically using the sensors and mapping of the thermal management system. Realize that they can allow for higher charging speeds throughout the charging curve. The peak is the same, but it holds a higher charging rate for longer. And I think Kyle Connor went with one of their charging people and did a charging curve test. Make sure you check out that video. But what they were saying is, like, before, like, you'd get that like peak charging curve with the Mach-E for about 2 minutes, and now it extends, so you get it for quite a bit longer. So they had like 7 minutes of getting those really good charging speeds before it started tapering off, and it still does better. It doesn't taper off quite as quickly. So that's where they're getting the improved charging speeds. And I know other channels will talk a lot about the charging speed and with the Mach-E, but it's sort of interesting because it's like, the Mach-E is like horrible charging speeds. And I was like, well, what time did you get? And they got 36 minutes for their charging test, doing 10 to 80%. And a Model Y is like 32 minutes. So it's like 4 minutes difference. Now, I know the Ioniq 5 EV6, they technically can get like 18 minutes, but first of all, you got to find a charger that will support that. You also have to have the car in perfect conditions. We charged next to an Ioniq 5 when the temperature was 18 degrees, and we were charging way better than they were because the Mach-E thermal management handled that way better. So it's, I don't know.
There are a lot of different vehicles with different charging curves, and honestly for us, we charge 98% of the time at home. And this is not the worst charging vehicle. Obviously, there's the Bolt with the 55 kilowatt max.
There's a lot.
The Nero
Lexus
gets like 80, 88 or something. So this really depends on you and how you function on a road trip, because we find really that 35 minutes is around about the amount of time we need to go to the restroom, all that. You guys know the stuff if you watched any of our road trip videos. So it's super cool that this has had a charging update, an increase. But we are super honest when we say that we are just fine with the performance of the charging of Blue Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
you know, if we can get faster charging, we can get faster charging, and I'm happy with that. But it is a lot to think about. Like, people really want to focus on the peak. Like with Tesla Model Y, it'll peak at 250, but it drops down fairly quickly. Obviously, if it's charging 10 to 80 in 32 minutes, which it actually has a slightly smaller battery pack, so that's to be expected. If you have a 4680 cell Tesla Model Y, it's worse than 36 minutes. We know people that have done tests, and I think they're in the 40 some minutes. So there's I won't say misinformation. I think it's just different perspectives. If you're the type that wants to charge from 3% to 50%, the Mach-E is at a disadvantage there. But if you're doing 10 to 80, I just have to say, it's like, I don't think it's as bad as it's made out to be. And it's been fine with us. And the fact that this one is a bit faster, 20% faster than ours, I think is really fantastic.
You can tell we feel passionately about this.
Yeah.
And I've just been like soaking it in. I feel like we're still in our car. So it's great to
Right.
have the updated tech. This has Blue Cruise 1.3, doesn't it?
This has Blue Cruise 1.3. I don't think we're going to go to the freeway in this car. I might
but-
check a look at the map, but we did in the rally video.
So catch that one.
Catch that one.
Yeah.
We won't say how that did at all because we can't talk about it.
But
yeah.
so that's an awesome thing. That will come to our vehicle as well. But it's awesome to have it on this out of the box. It's great to have the faster charging, the new motor. What
Yeah.
else? Like all,
It is-
it's
I mean, it's the foundation is
the
back to-
Mach-E we know and love.
Right. And I think the Mach-E is underrated. We hop into lots of cars. We were just in Denver. We were in a BMW i4 M50, which was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, but it is a sedan, and it also costs $87,000. And every time we come back to the Mach-E, very happy to get back into the Mach-E. It feels very comfortable. There's a lot of room in the cabin, way more room. It feels like there's a lot more room here than in the i4 M50. Blue Cruise is fantastic. We've had a lot of experience with Blue Cruise 1.0. I'm frustrated that we don't have 1.2 or 1.3. Those are coming. This has 1.3 because it's a 2024.
1.3 is really fun.
New features, the lane changes, in-lane repositioning, fantastic. It cancels less, so basically it handles more and more roads, and it does it very well. And route planning within the Mach-E has been fantastic, including adding in charging stops. Now having access to the Tesla superchargers is a game changer. We've always been told multiple times, I wouldn't buy a Mach-E because it doesn't have access to the supercharger network. Now we do. It's not all the superchargers, but quite a few of them, and the good ones.
And people, I think we get more than people say, I wouldn't buy a non-Tesla because blah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
things are changing now. We are stuck behind a school bus.
yeah. It's
And
good.
I feel like we're in our car.
I do, and you know, you'll watch a lot of people reviewing a lot of cars. We are Mach-E owners, so you can say we're biased, but we know the pros and the cons. That was a mobile Ford service truck, a Transit. So yeah, we're definitely biased. We admit that we're biased, but there's a lot of things that people, you know, sleep on when it comes to the Mach-E. When the Mach-E came out in 2021, it was winning lots of awards, and the car's gotten better. So we've gotten lots of OTA updates. We've gotten better charging on our Mach-E. Now for 2024, it has better charging even still, has a new in-house Ford-built motor, better performance, quicker than a Model Y in the quarter mile. So, like I said, I think a lot of people sleep on the Mach-E and think like there's so many new cars out, but we would definitely buy this again.
Oh, for sure. And Grabber Blue, still. It's still my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, I still like Grabber Blue. The new colors are really great. I'd like to hear what you guys think about this one, Glacier Gray. We can't really show it to you too much because we're driving it. But the Eruption Green is fantastic. The Grabber Yellow that's only on the Rally looks really good.
And also, of course, the bronze package is new for this year, and we got to see it on a Star White, which hopefully we'll get to catch again when it gets back, like it's not pouring too much, because it looks cool. It looks cool, but I still think I think I like it the most on the Eruption Green.
Yeah, it's and there's a black one that has the bronze package as well.
Oh, I missed it.
Which reminds me of like a Hertz combo of the gold and black.
The Shelby?
Mm-hmm.
That
well,
makes sense.
And that's a traditional Hertz thing, like even back to the 60s when they had the original like Shelby GT350H, meaning it was a Hertz special. So, yeah, I think the Eruption Green is the winner when you're looking at the bronze. You don't have to get the bronze package. Like a lot of people are under the misconception that you have to get the Eruption Green and bronze. You don't. They're just showing that off. You can still have the carbonized gray grille on the GT. And it
looks really good. Oh wait, have we seen it with the carbonized gray grille?
Not Eruption Green.
Okay, we've seen it in a premium, but
right. Well,
which looks really good.
Like this GT, of course, has the carbonized gray grille, but
yeah.
So yeah.
Imagine Grabber Yellow with the bronze package.
I don't think so.
I think so. That would be cool. Maybe we'll have to do a mock-up.
Yeah, a lot of people were, because I think another one that people were asking for was the red and bronze, which I could see that.
I could see that for sure.
You know, these are relatively minor tweaks to the Mustang Mach-E lineup. The biggest tweak is that new motor and better charging, so that's really exciting. And a lot of people, a lot of the news stories was focusing on the fact that the GT is now 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, but across the board there have been performance improvements. The biggest improvement is actually for the rear-wheel drive single motor Mach-E. It's a nice bump, and I don't have all the stats. I'll put a link down to an article or something like that has all the stats for the different improvements. But I think like the premium all-wheel drive extended range Mach-E drops from like 4.8 seconds down to maybe 4.1. So that's like a huge increase. And what it means is like if you do want a bit more performance, you're getting close to what the old regular 2022 or 2023 GT, like base GT, that was 0 to 60 in 3.8, but like you can get a premium that's at 4.1. That's pretty darn close.
Progression, yeah.
Pricing has come down, which for current owners that can be a bit of a frustration, because it's like, wow, the car we spent $72,000 for is over $12,000 cheaper now, and it has better charging and better performance. But that's, if you're looking for a Mustang Mach-E right now, that's actually good for you. Like, it's really fantastic that they brought some of the pricing down. And some of it is a strategic decision for trying to be competitive with Tesla. The other part is they have introduced manufacturing savings, and they're working with their suppliers to get the parts to be cheaper as well. There's a lot of talk about Ford's losing $100,000 per Mach-E that they sell, which isn't really true. They're investing in building new battery plants and new EV manufacturing plants. So the EV side of the business is investing a ton of stuff in future EV production. So it looks like they're losing a ton of money, but I truly think the Mach-E is a good value. Yes, it's more expensive than like a Tesla Model Y, although that can fluctuate as Ford and Tesla keep playing around with their pricing. And it's fairly comparable to the Ioniq 5, EV6 as well. They're all still in that sort of close range. I think the Mach-E wins on some stuff like the build quality, the nice materials. Like this suede in here is like, not suede, but
micro suede.
Yeah. But it's a vegan suede. So the quality of the materials, the quality of the cabin with the soundproofing that's done in here, I think just are reasons why the Mach-E is worth it to us and to a lot of other people. And it's showing, like, with some of the sales numbers for the past couple of months. They were saying, like, on April 1st, it wasn't April Fool's, but that was like the best sales day ever for the Mach-E. And a lot of it is pricing, a lot of it is the incentives, the great financing, the great leasing. So again, advantage to you if you're looking for a Mach-E now. Check with your dealers. They have some really good deals out there right now.
And we just did our 3-year Mach-E review. So if you're interested in a long-term review, we have that on our channel. You can check it out. I mean, really, obviously, we've been really happy with this. And that's why I keep feeling and I keep saying, it feels like we're in our car, because Ford is truly carrying the consistent design scheme forward. Obviously, so much is still the same inside here, but it's beautifully done. Like, there's nothing really glaring that they've needed to change in the cabin. It's all really lovely. Yeah, would you change anything?
No, like, if I could get Blue Cruise, yeah, that's like my, it's like some software changes. We want pet mode. There is no pet mode. I hear that, that could be a possibility at some point. But as far as like a lot of things, like I love the seats of the GT, now just GT. It was the Performance Edition seats. I love the wraparound bolstering on the sides, plus all the way up to my shoulders. Very comfortable. Sound system is fantastic. And, there's a lot of space up here, places to store things. The frunk is great with the drain. That's something that's been special to Ford so far, is that they actually have a drain in the frunk. So like if you put ice and a bunch of sodas up front, when the ice melts, it just drains and goes out. So little details like that are, I think, crucial, and it's just some of those little extra details of why I think the Mach-E is still our choice. But overall, the reason is like it's just a comfortable place to sit up here, drive. It feels spacious, but it feels like a driver-oriented cockpit, and really exciting to, like, forward and have some fun.
And these are all through your review stuff. This is all a lot of that. But like, why would you want a GT specifically? MagneRide.
Yeah.
Is so good. If you've ever been in a Mach-E and you thought it was really harsh, you might have been in a GT. And you might want to try a GT now with the performance upgrade with MagneRide. It's really lovely. It's lovely being on these roads. This road that we are currently on, good road. We have been on roads today that are not good roads.
Not good roads.
And it's lovely. It's so lovely. I think MagneRide is such an excellent upgrade. Well, we are driving back to the Dirtfish Rally School in this GT. How's it been, Patrick?
It's been fun. Feels very similar, of course. But you can tell there's like a wee bit of extra power. Motor noise sounds a little bit different. We didn't go fast charge it, but I trust them. 20% faster charging. I know Kyle Connor and Jordan, they went and did a charging test, charging improvements. So very exciting across the board for 2024 Mach-E improvements.
Couple of new colors, which is always nice to see. So please do let us know if you are reserving a 2024 GT or Rally or whatever.
Select or Premium.
Select Premium. We want to know.
No more California Route 1.
None of those, unfortunately. But we want to know, and we want to know what color. So what trim, what color, because we're going to be excited with you. I feel like there's just a lot of love for the Mach-E's, and it's great. It's a great place to be, whatever the year is.
And if you're considering one, if you have any questions, just drop it down in the comments, and we will answer those. I may be blurry because of the way this DJI works, but that's okay. You guys know what I look like.
Yeah, that guy. We're gonna let him focus on the road though, but we figured that this would be a good time to just wrap this video up. It's been so cool to be here to hear from the Ford experts, to see their lineup on the ground at their location last night, to do the Magna Ride test. That was really, really cool. What else did we see?
The cutaway of the motor.
Cutaway of the motor. We saw all the different wheels. That was really, really cool. And then, of course, it's been really amazing to get out on these amazing slushy, wet Seattle roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun day. Super fun week for us because we covered some other things elsewhere.
Yeah.
And the rally, please watch those videos when they come out, if they're not already out when you're watching this one. It was so much fun. We can't talk about the driving experience, but I can just tell you, we all really had a great time. Dirtfish Rally Company, or Rally School, is just a great organization, and they have a beautiful area to have fun in.
Yeah, honestly, the area is really cool. It's an old lumber mill, so it's a huge amount of space and all these like historic buildings. It's also the filming location for Twin Peaks. So if you are a Twin Peaks nerd and a car nerd, you might want to come out to Dirtfish Rally School for a Twin Peaks tour. As Patrick's dripping and the camera's going everywhere. You could do a Twin Peaks tour and go to the rally school. Incredible opportunity, and super amazing that we got to do it in the rally, and that we got to drive the GT on these amazing streets. A huge thank you to you for joining us for this video just about the GT. Check out all our other videos about this experience and all of our videos recently, because we've covered some crazy stuff. We covered the BMW i4 M50, we've covered the ACT Expo, and a ton of cool charging tech. And then to cap off our little experience with this, the icing on the cake, it's been really awesome. Huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. Maybe one day we'll have it scrolling across our heads. I don't know. Scrolling across the glass roof. Oh, look at this. Did you see the trees?
Rivian. You missed it.
It was a Rivian. I saw it. I just think it was cool, the trees like going over the grass roof and grass roof. It's been a long week. Ending thoughts, summaries?
No. If you're interested in a Mach-E, we think it's a winner, obviously.
Yeah.
And the 2024 improvements make it even better.
Yeah. So on that note, thank you so much for joining us for this video. And just remember that whatever you drive, whether it is a GT, a rally, or any Mach-E, anything else, enjoy the ride.
A Fiat 500e.
Bye.